When critical information is missing, bad things happen.
The governor taking another step toward reforming our state's gun laws. It's part of his 17-point plan to reform Ohio's gun laws after a mass shooter murdered 9 people in Dayton this month. Today, Governor DeWine announced his new plans to toughen background checks for gun sales in Ohio.
Yeah, News 5's John Kosick joins us with more. And John, the governor carefully picked the details he wanted to tackle first.
When he rolled out his plan 3 weeks ago, the governor told me he was only going to present that which he thought had a legitimate chance of passing. Of the 17 proposals, this one has the greatest support.
It's past time to do this. And as governor, I have an obligation to get this done.
And what Governor Mike DeWine wants to get done is find a way to make that which already exists work better. When someone looks to buy a gun, state and federal systems are searched, but those systems are only as good as the information that is put into them.
There's currently no law in Ohio requiring the entry of warrants for violent crimes and protection orders into these systems. This makes absolutely no sense.
And check out these numbers they found. Right now in Ohio, there are at a minimum more than 500,000 open warrants in the state, but of that number, fewer than half, 217,000, have been entered into the state system. And of that number, only 18,000 have been entered into the federal system. So law enforcement outside of a person's county, or especially the state, would have no idea of an outstanding warrant, and neither would a legal gun dealer. The new measure would require that, and that courts enter final protection orders for stalking, domestic violence, and sexual assault within 48 hours of being issued.
When critical information is missing, bad things happen.
The problem is this has been a paper process with literally 1,400 local entities doing the entering, which doesn't get done. This measure will require a shift to electronic entry that will be simpler, mandatory, and paid for by the state. And the governor said this is something that they have been looking at for years and something that has safety implications beyond gun purchases, like for law enforcement on traffic stops or something as simple as school districts making a hire. John Kosick, News 5.